Coming up on Dave and Gut Discuss. David is all about the love. Are you going to cuddle with Quentin? Is that the next discussion?
I don't know. Probably not.
You would? Oh, you cuddle with me, but not Quentin?
Yeah.
I see how it is.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Dave and Gut Discuss. I'm David Terrell Green over here, and here we have...
Obviously, the only one left, I'm Gut.
That's true. I mean, it could have been someone else that you've never seen before. But screw it. Welcome to our show. Guys, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Mine is Dave TTV. His is GutTube. So all of that will be in the links below. Follow us if you want to follow this guy here on your social media, which is?
Well, Twitter is at ExpoTug. Instagram is GutTube. The YouTube is GutTube, which I assume is how you got here.
Or you could have gotten here because of me.
Yeah.
And my stuff is DT Green 257 on Instagram, SoundCloud, Day Marino, DYEMORENO. Got a brand new project called Don't Forget to Live. Goodness gracious. Coming out in March 29th. All that and much, much more.
So much he doesn't even know what's going on.
Dang, right? So, what's up, man? How you doing?
Doing all right. How about yourself?
I'm feeling good.
Feeling good where we're at today? Here? Right now?
Right now.
Amazing?
Yeah. I could feel better if it wasn't how many degrees outside? It's like 4 degrees outside.
It's too cold.
It's 4 degrees outside as we're filming this, ladies and gentlemen.
He wanted to cuddle. I said no. Not on camera.
I think we would get more subscribers, but whatever.
Leave your comments below if you want to see me and Dave cuddle.
You know what? So I wrote this skit like a while ago on actually like this guy who it was inspired by a true story. There's this dude in my college dorm. His name was Stefan. This gay dude, but like I was starting to get this feeling that he wasn't gay because like he was living with two sexy women, two very beautiful women, right? And so like, you know, he would do stuff like he smacked my ex's butt. And I was like, dude, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? She's like, oh, well, Stefan's gay. I said, it doesn't matter. And then I was like, what if this dude is not gay and he's just doing this so we can fill up on girls, right? And so he would talk like this and da-da-da-da. And so it was me and this dude, Alex, and we were in like the study room. And Stefan, he says in his deep voice, he says, when I go to LA, I'm going to smash me a white girl. He says it just like that. And then we both look up. And then he's just like, I'm just kidding. Right? And then Alex, he came to me the other day. Then the next day, he was just like, hey, I think you're onto something, man. You know what I'm saying? So
what you're saying is Stefan was a living character from a sitcom come to life.
Well, he was a character from like a skit that I wrote.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Coming from this whole cuddle thing, because it could get us views and stuff like that. And some people pose as gay.
It doesn't have to be
girls.
gay to cuddle. As long as we don't get an erection, then it's not gay.
I mean, an erection is inevitable. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, yeah. I mean, obviously, look at me. Look at me. That's right.
I'm just saying, like, okay, look at this. Like, the military, right?
The military.
Hold on now. Didn't you have to, like, you were in the military? Didn't you have to keep warm?
Yeah, they gave us lots of coats.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant getting up with another man, like spooning another man.
No, that's never happened to me.
Oh, okay. But if that were to happen, then I'm assuming...
It'd be weird.
Yeah, and so what if one person has an erection? You can't control an erection. It just happens.
Yeah, but you can control not cuddling with another dude.
If it was a life or death situation, you're gonna die? If you and I were in like a situation where we had to spoon to survive.
I don't think I'd get an erection because that life or death does not excite me like that. All right, Dave?
But like if you fall asleep and you wake up, you'll have an erection. I hope you have an erection, otherwise you need to see your doctor.
Dave Terrell Green hopes I have an erection when we cuddle. You heard it here, folks.
You're putting words in my mouth, man.
It sounds like you want something else going in there, boss. Man.
That's gross. Moving on. All the gay stuff.
You're not supposed to ask about that. Actually, that changed.
I don't like how this episode started. Talking about gay.
You're the one who brought that up, like, completely. Like, this was all out of Dave's machinations. No, something about the military, though, was I miss speaking of keeping it warm, was they gave us this poncho liner.
Yeah.
God, that thing was the warmest thing ever. People call it a whoopee because that's the one thing I really wanted to keep. They didn't let you keep. Because really, the idea was you have your poncho, right, which is just for weather. But this you could attach to the poncho and make it, for all weather if you need to turn it into a tent. But what all the guys do, and I think I need to get snatched one from a surplus store, is you just use that as like a blanket. And I took so many nice chair naps with my whoopee.
When did you join the military?
What? Oh, my first enlisted in February of 2009, and I got out in April of 2013. So I was in for 4 years, active duty, Army. I was in Afghanistan from just the end of 2011 to the end of 2012. So we actually deployed in the end of 2011, so we get the full year deployment. It was so dumb. My command was so stupid with that, but because they were cutting off the full 12-month deployments at the end of the year. So in January, if we'd gone, it would only be 9 months. Mm-hmm. So we deployed in December to get that full year.
Yeah.
It was silly. But then again, anybody who's been in the military will tell you, silliness is like just what that organization's all about.
Like I thought about doing like the military. I think everyone thought about that as I thought about doing the military when I was like younger, but then it's just like, then I was like, nah, I don't feel like it. You know what I'm saying? Like after I saw like Saving Private Ryan, I was like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And,
no, I hear you.
And the thing is people tell me that are in the military is just like, it's not like that.
It's not. No, there's a lot more mopping than you expect. There's a lot of standing around that you don't think you should do. Yeah. There's a lot of dumb stuff. I will say this, though. I'm definitely glad I did it. Would I do it again? Yes. Would I do it differently? Absolutely. Like, God, if I want to know what I know now, it'd be smooth as fuck. But, no, it's definitely simultaneously the best and worst time in my life, if that makes any sense. Like, it's just a whole beast of its own. Yeah. Going through that. And, I was actually surprised if I could do it. A lot of people could. Yeah. It's just more mind over matter type things.
Yeah, I bet. Like, that's my whole thing is just like, I had a friend who went to the Marines, and like I remember one time, like I guess his idea of working out was running barefoot through a forest.
Marines are crazy. Yeah. But that's dumb too, because then you're just going to jack your feet up and you're not going to be
used to anyway. So then I was running, I was just like, and I was stepping on twigs and stuff. I actually stepped on a dead rabbit. That was disgusting.
Did it squish?
No, it was like its skin was like, it dissolved. The body dissolved. Oh, yeah. So like it wasn't fresh, thank God, because I probably would have like really freaked out. But he was just like, you're not fit to be a Marine. I was like, oh, you don't say. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I'm look at me, dude. I'm freaking skinny, running through like the forest with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look like Bane. At that point, like, he was super jacked. And we used to like work out.
You know what job he did in the Marines?
I don't know, because when he left for the Marines, we just fell out of contact. Okay. He was a douchebag anyway, so it doesn't even matter. But it's just like
they all kind of are.
Marines. Yeah. He called me from like, where did he call me? Bangkok. Yeah. He like called me out of nowhere.
From Bangkok.
Yeah, he was like, David. He was drunk.
Drunk as fuck. Yeah.
Oh, he was faded. He was like, I'm in Bangkok. I was just like, oh boy, this dude's about to sleep with a dude. A he, she. You know what I'm saying? A he-ho, you know what I'm saying? He about to sleep with one of, like, it's like, yikes.
I remember right before I joined the military, I went to I knew I didn't want to do the Navy, because, A, I'm not a fan of boats. B, I hate the ocean. I just hate the ocean. Yeah. Like, that shit scares me. If I'm scared of anything, it's that ocean, because we don't know what's down there. And then the things we do know that's down there is not great for you. That shit's scary. But also, I didn't want to do Navy. I didn't want to do the Air Force because you didn't get to pick your own job. They picked it for you based on how you scored, and like, hey, you go into this. So it came down between Marines and Army. I talked to the Marine recruiter. I'm like, all right, because I already know I want to join, so he doesn't need to sell anything to me. I'm like, all right, what can the Marine Corps do for me? And the guy sits there and looks at me. He's like, you get to be a Marine. I was like, oh. And he's like,
that's it?
And he's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, thanks for your time. He's like, yep, and that was it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, no, that's not, right. I was talking about, bonus. Like,
that's
trying to talk business.
You know how conceited that is? He's just
but it's the Marines. I get it.
You get to be the Marine. look at us. You know what I'm saying? It's just
yeah, but that's the mentality. Like, you need to be a Marine, and I appreciate that mentality.
Yeah.
That's just not for me.
Yeah.
Like, we need those dudes.
Yeah, of
like,
course.
we need the Marines.
Of course.
I have all kinds of respect for Marines.
Of
it's
course.
just, they're Marines, though. They're their own breed.
Y'all must be beefing like Crips and Blood. You know what I realized? Like, people in the Air Force don't get no respect, man. I've heard people like in Army.
There are some real soldiers in the Air Force.
Well, yeah,
like
I mean,
JTAC, the
most
special
definitely. But like
forces
people
types,
I've heard people like in the Army and like the Marines, like
there's a reason why they call it the Chair Force.
My
legitimately, there's a job in there where you're a hotel clerk.
Mm.
That's a job, that MOS, a military occupational specialty in the Air Force. Right? They get paid extra money if they have to stay in Army accommodations.
So
right, it's because their deployments, like even when I was in, it was like 6-9 months, depending upon your job, mainly. Right, I'll tell you a story about some Air Force cats. All right, so when I was deployed to Afghanistan, I'm an MP. They got military police. I know, but so we're flying from Kandahar to where I was, MNBTK. Right, we're flying up, and on these planes they have what they call quick teams. Like couple Air Force security forces that come in, to keep you secure when you get off the plane or whatever. All right. Well, we fly from CAF and we land at MNBTK. These cats get out there, they're completely tore up. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They come out there, they're pulling security and like, dude, you're pointing your gun in our own tower. What are you doing? We're inside the wire. Like right now, it's like we're getting out, we're just carrying shit. They're all like scared, like the Taliban's gonna just jump out at them.
Yeah.
It was so funny to me. But it was so dumb because these guys literally that's all they do.
Mm-hmm.
And they literally pointed their weapons at our own towers. Like, that's not where the enemy is necessarily.
I know that like a lot of like that Marine dude I was talking about, he talked a lot of trash about the Air Force. He was just like, if they actually serve their country. I was just like, I'm like, bro, you haven't even been deployed yet. You haven't served your country. It's just
there's a lot of that too.
Yeah.
Like in there, it's like once you pick your brand, there's a lot of people talking shit that shouldn't be talking shit. But like, come on.
I don't understand. Like to me, it's just like, listen, everyone serves. You know what I'm saying? Different people do different.
And don't get it twisted. I have respect for people that do that. It's just there's definitely. Like there's different levels of doing that, and it was fucked up. Like even and when I joined the Army in 2009, we had 2 wars going on for years at that point, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, when I get to Afghanistan, it's the beginning of the big drawdown then, because when we went in, my battalion replaced the company. But like, right before then, when I went to Fort Lewis, right before deployment there'd have been a sergeant who'd been in like 16 years, hadn't been deployed somehow. Right? We're fighting 2 wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. And this man had never been deployed. Mm. Like, how does that happen?
You know what I want to know?
And like one of the other sergeants, like, it was more than that. Like, another sergeant, been in for a while.
Yeah.
This was his first deployment as well.
Mm-hmm.
Going to Afghanistan on this trip. So it's like, how does this happen? Like, legitimately.
I gotta ask.
Huh.
Everyone who is military out there watching, please don't get mad. I'm being 100% serious when I say this. How do you keep dudes and girls from like smashing? Because like no, I'm serious, bro. Like, cause like think about that. Like, okay, you're in the Navy, right? You're on a boat, miles away from home. You know what I'm saying? You're in freaking wherever on the Marines, miles away from home. How do you like? Cause people like they get like lonesome, they want to go back home. Like, how do you keep people like from doing that stuff?
A lot of it's just like it's hard to do. Like, it's gonna happen at some point. Yeah. It's not like a thing you can prevent, but most people, if they're up for it, they're gonna do it. Like, that's it. So they'll find a way to make it happen.
So you don't get in trouble if you get.
Oh, you get in trouble. It's against all the rules, right? You're not there to be fucking. You're there to do the mission. You're on a deployment, for Christ's sake.
Of course.
But it's still gonna happen, And then it's a weird thing. Like, speaking about females in the military, like, I don't care if they are there. But like there's like, God, there's this real thing where like pregnancies go way up right before deployment, like way up. You can look it up. I don't know how much wreckage is out there, but like it's a real thing. So because there's a bunch of people who join the Army and then try to get out of deployment. Like this one guy who was in my company, like somehow this dude still pissed me off. Somehow he wanted to claim to be a conscientious objector while he was in active duty. Like, while he was a volunteer active duty. And that shit did not sit well with me at all.
So you have to explain that for the people who don't
fuck.
know.
So a conscientious objector would be like, hey, it's against me personally or my religion to where I don't want to commit any violence or anything, peaceable, it's like, usually a term you use for like, it's like how Bernie Sanders dodged the draft in Vietnam. He was a conscientious objector, right? He didn't want to, like, more like a pacifist type thing, right? He doesn't want to do that violence. He doesn't want to have to be put in a situation for that, which I get if you're about to be drafted. Not when you join a volunteer force.
Yeah.
You've been in there for years already. This kid, I know he's an MP. He was in Korea. I seen him. He was working the road with a pistol on his hip. So in the same situation, he just was too chicken shit to go get
that's
deployed.
the thing. It's just like, because if that's the case, then why did you freaking sign
right,
up in
I
the
know,
first
and I'm
place?
pissed. And like, I don't know how he didn't get booted out of the army. He's the motherfucker that drove the bus to take us to the airfield to get deployed.
You know what the thing is?
Like, I was so pissed about that.
Something like that could probably land you in prison, bro.
No, it didn't. He just got switched to driving the bus.
Like on a dishonorable.
It should. It's something that should be changed. It's not. It's just some of the dumbness involved with the whole shebang. There's a lot of dumbness that needs to get corrected, but we're not gonna be able to get to like. Right. We don't have, we don't
have the time.
Literally 3 weeks to just talk and
right. It's a 3-week episode of Gay Dave and Gut. So switching gears, man. What else is on the cutting board?
Well, we had a good meeting today earlier, I think.
We did.
Do you want to tell the folks about that project?
Sure.
Or should we keep it under wraps?
We can talk about it. It's fine. So we have this film coming out called Clean Mud, Dirty Water. I wrote it. I'm going to be directing it. Gut is assistant director. Excuse me. It stars myself, Antoine Smith, and it's a fantastic film. Basically, the story it revolves. To keep it, long story short, a drug dealer goes to an unlikely source to help him get revenge on someone. So it's a great script. It's heavily inspired by Quentin Tarantino's Jackie Brown, and it's I had fun, and I'm really excited about the film. You guys are gonna like it. Film is one of the many things that I'm passionate about. I enjoy doing it so much. So it's just like.
Well, let's talk about Quentin Tarantino and Jackie Brown specifically.
Sure.
That is my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because it's a normal movie that Quentin Tarantino did. Right? He uses his I guess, trademark style.
Yeah.
But he tells a normal story and didn't get too much of himself into it.
Yeah. Yeah, because not a lot of stories that Quentin Tarantino does is really normal to begin with.
Right.
And it's just like, I always felt like Jackie Brown was his most underrated film.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, to me, like, I think that Jackie Brown kind of got washed away in the hype of, because it came out after Pulp Fiction, correct?
Right. Yeah, I think. But like, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was probably one of the main things that was the problem with it. Not a problem with the movie.
Oh, no.
I think the reason why it wasn't as successful, I think, is because people went into it with the mindset of, oh, this is like Pulp Fiction 2. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's just
or
like,
Reservoir Dogs.
Or Reservoir Dogs or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like, you get the hype built around that, and it's just like sometimes that hype can actually do damage, versus doing good.
Right. I get like the whole like this unique world that Quentin Tarantino's built, this uniqueness, whereas Jackie Brown's just like, this is just like a normal high story.
Yeah.
But told by Quentin Tarantino and acted out great. I just love it.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe someone had some I guess editorial say in what happened with that to keep him from being so much himself in it.
Yeah.
To keep him reined in a little bit. Kind of like George Lucas before the special edition Star Wars, wherefore he got to like have more creative control and add more things in that technology, I guess, didn't let him do.
Yeah.
So he didn't have less crazy aliens and stuff, and added stuff that really took away from that initial first, amazingness that happened. So that's why, like Jackie Brown, I would rate that as my favorite Quentin Tarantino.
I think my favorite Quentin Tarantino film, it's a default. It's Pulp Fiction, but it's a good default.
Yeah.
Because like the story, excuse me, I may need some water. Like the story of like that, it's just a fun story, and then when you realize this is like, oh, this is backwards. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the way that the thing is that you didn't know it was backwards until like the final moments of the film, and that's how good the pacing was. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like most films, they'll let you know, oh, this is what happened, and then you know, we're going backwards now. But the way that they paced it, like I think the opening with
spoilers maybe, I don't know, but just
with the couple in the diner, and they're talking and that's the one thing I like about Quentin is his dialogue is just so like, wait, what? You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of and that's where I like, you know, for my films, I get a lot of inspiration from Quentin. You probably know that from reading my stuff. It's just like how some of the conversations are just like, what? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I really enjoy how how like all of the Tarantino dialogue is just kind of throws you into what they're talking about. So it doesn't start off like, you know, like the beginning, the guy says, oh, forget about it, it's too risky. And it's just like, wait a second, what? You know what I'm saying? That's the first opening line of the film, and it catches your attention. So then you're like, well, what's too risky? And then he's talking about, oh, well, you know, if you rob a liquor store, and and you rob this and this and this. And then eventually they end up robbing the restaurant. And it's like, and that's the intro of the movie. And it's just like, bro, that's beautiful. Then you go to Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta talking about cheeseburgers, bro. Like, but the way it is that they wrote it in a way that it keeps you interested. So it's not like one of those, why am I watching two grown-ass men talking about cheeseburgers?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like...
You don't even want to ask that question.
Yeah.
You're just like, who are these people? It also a really... Two good actors like just made you engaged in a conversation about cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
I mean, I really like... That's one of the things about Quentin Tarantino movies I do like is he brings out, you know... Hey, he's got really good actors with him.
Yeah.
But also he brings out just something in them that makes them, you know, act...
Yeah.
Harder, I guess. I don't know.
Kevin and I were talking about Quentin actually before I dropped him off, and he said that like he has such amazing rewatchability. Like he's never tired of rewatching a film because it's just like, you know, I mean, I could talk about Tarantino all day. And the one thing I want to get on like these film junkies because a lot of people want to talk about how like Quentin steals, you know what I'm saying, like material and stuff like that. He steals like shots and stuff, angles, and you know, that's from different movies. Here's the thing, guys, and I'm gonna look in the camera and I say it. There's a difference between stealing and using something for creative homage. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the stuff that Quentin did, like you can look it up. I forgot the name of the original movie. It's doing that as like a tip of the hat to it. Because my thing is just like Quentin Tarantino has always openly acknowledged source material from the stuff that's inspired him. It's one thing to put your stuff out and then like just be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen that film. Mm-hmm. It's another thing to be like, oh, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? For example, Clean Mud, Dirty Water. Like every time I talk about it, like, you know, when I say, oh, if you really pay attention to the story, it's basically a Quentin Tarantino homage. You know what I'm saying? I even reference the film that the scene is literally like imitating. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, so you can't say, oh, David is biting Quentin. How am I biting Quentin when I literally just said his name? Right,
yeah. I don't... Hopefully Quentin doesn't sue you, but if he does, then it's more press for Clean Mud, Dirty Water.
Quentin ain't gonna sue me. Quentin loves me.
Aww.
And I love you, Quentin. You know what I'm saying? So, you know...
David is all about the love. Are you going to cuddle with Quentin? Is that a next discussion?
I don't know. Probably not.
You wouldn't? Oh, you cuddle with me, but not Quentin?
Yeah.
I see how it is. Yeah, that's what he's going to get mad about right there.
Right.
He's like, oh, Quentin, why are you mad, Quentin? Oh, you should know.
Do you have a top 5 directors?
Top 5 directors?
Yeah.
I have not, thought about that off the top. No, I know the ones I like. You know, obviously, Quentin's up there. Scorsese, you know, freaking... I don't know. I could... Not off the top of my head, I couldn't make a list of top 5.
Scorsese's never really, drawn me out.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, maybe I just haven't seen enough films. But it's just, I
mean... Gosh,
he did The Departed, right?
Yeah. He did a lot.
I need to go rewatch that.
I mean, I obviously, sometimes, you know, I watch a film. I'm bad with names and remembering names of films and who's in there and everything. And, sometimes I get surprised with who directed it. Like, for instance, Death to Smoochie. You know who directed that? Have you seen that film?
No.
It's great, but it was directed by Danny DeVito. It's good stuff.
Okay.
But you know, so yeah, I couldn't do a top 5 just off the top of my head.
I'll tell you. I'll say something shocking. Who is that dude who did Annie Hall?
Woody Allen?
I have never been a Woody Allen fan.
That's not shocking.
I probably never will be. Everyone. Here are the 2 people in film school that everyone was deriding.
Mm-hmm.
Woody Allen and what's that dude's name? Goodness gracious, from The Godfather.
Scorsese?
No.
Francis Ford Coppola.
No. Who?
The guy from The Godfather.
Oh, I'm gonna look him up. I forgot his name. It's gonna hit me.
Yeah, people are freaking out right now, looking at the computer, like, "Oh, you're an idiot. These guys are idiots.
You're an idiot. Look
They're
at
just
this guy.
gonna take every opinion you had up into that point.
Okay. I got it now.
Throw it in the trash can.
I got it now. Okay, here.
Because he couldn't remember her name.
There were 2 people in film school that everyone was
Woody
deriding.
Allen
It was Woody Allen and Marlon Brando.
Marlon Brando.
Everybody was riding they nuts heavy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you think, man, you think it was Amber Rose with an NBA player the way that they was deriding. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and the thing was, I was just not a fan of them. Like, Marlon Brando, like, I just couldn't buy into it. And I watched his films. We watched a bunch of Marlon Brando films while we was in, there was a specific class where we would watch films. We just show up, sit down, watch it. We have to write an essay about it and a film analysis. And I was just like, I don't like Brando. Like, people acted like he was like the greatest of all time. I was like, I'm not, no, not really. You know what I'm saying? Then we watched Philadelphia. Now, Tom Hanks is a freaking great actor.
Philadelphia's good, though.
Denzel is a freaking great actor. It's a good movie, too. And so everyone was talking about, oh, Tom Hanks. And then I just said, well, I think we got so caught up in Tom Hanks that we forgot to talk about how Denzel did X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, no, it's...
And they're just like, oh, well...
great all around. Like, that's one of those...
That's what I'm saying. It's like, and that's the thing. It's not even like a... Because my ex-white woman, she thought that I did that because Denzel was black.
No, Denzel's a good actor.
And that's what I said.
And he deserves as much credit in that for just Tom Hanks.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like, yeah, nothing to do.
And at this point, that's a known.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, Denzel's a great actor, Tom Hanks is a great actor. Like, you can't, you know, dispute that. And they're both great in Philadelphia. And
that's a great film.
I get it. Tom Hanks is a bigger role
in
Philadelphia. So you talk about him first, but, like, to not talk about that movie, you know.
I think, you know what, I think Tom Hanks doesn't receive enough respect.
That's a weird statement because he gets a lot, but I hear you.
Yeah, it's just like, I feel like...
The range on that man alone.
I feel like when people talk about the best actor, I feel like we, like, say people that, like, shouldn't be in that conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, like, and no disrespect to, like, a lot of these people, but I just feel like Tom Hanks is like that. He's that dude. Like, him and Denzel... Like, those 2, like, I'll even throw Leo in there. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, bro, like...
I don't think Leonardo DiCaprio's that level.
Yo, are you joking me?
No.
Have you seen Wolf of Wall Street?
I have. But that's like a Leonardo DiCaprio character. Like, that shit...
okay, man. What about Django? That's not a Leonardo DiCaprio character.
Yeah, but like that... I don't know. It's not a guy I can necessarily separate from him being Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay.
You know, like there's some actors where like, yeah, no, that's that guy, and then it's Leonardo DiCaprio playing this guy.
So like, okay,
right?
So you're saying
even though he was great in oh crap, I forgot the name of it.
Wolf of Wall Street?
No, the one he won the Oscar for.
Revenant.
Revenant, yeah, he was great in that.
I think that's a pity Oscar.
Like,
that's a pity.
No, I think he deserved it for that one.
No, that's a pity Oscar.
He was good in The Aviator, too.
Dude.
I really like The Aviator.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's so many better...
I felt like Howard Hughes. He was Howard Hughes in that one.
There were so many better roles that Leo could have won.
But that movie's so pretty, though. That movie is so...
It don't matter. That's
like,
a pity Oscar,
one I was
bro.
like... He didn't feel like Leo to me in that. And that's why I felt like, you know, it's like, okay.
So are you saying that, like, Leo is kind of like Will Smith? Because I hear a lot of people say Will Smith is a great actor, but a lot of people, they say Will Smith is playing this. Like, it's just Will Smith.
In some roles, like most roles, it's like, oh, Will Smith is this guy. Whereas, in some movies, we're like, that's the guy played by Will Smith. It's a different thing. It's like, okay, I get into my, the world created by the movie.
Yeah.
And like, you don't see that actor anymore. You see the world.
Yeah.
That makes sense to you.
Yeah.
So, like, for instance, like, Brad Pitt is really... There's some roles where, like, oh, that's just Brad Pitt being it,
Yeah.
But some roles it's like, for instance, Brad Pitt's role in 12 Years a Slave. Like, oh, look, there's Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of useless.
Versus Brad Pitt in, like, Seven, where, like, he's that guy. That's, like, good casting in that. And that movie's great, too. But, like, then there's other roles like that where it's like, yeah, this is,
You know who's a really good actor? I don't care if I get backlash for this, bro. Kevin Spacey, bro.
Well, yeah, he's obviously a good actor. He's a pedophile rapist, but he's also a good actor.
Kevin Spacey is amazing. And now, that's not to say I condone of what he did.
Right. No, those are two separate
disgusting.
things. You can still be good at something and be a horrible person.
Yeah.
And, but what he's done in the acting field is undeniable.
You can't take that away from him. You can't take that away that he's a great actor.
Right.
Did you see the video that he did? It came out on Christmas Eve.
Oh, that weirdness. I did not see that, no, but I heard about it.
It's weird.
Yeah, I know.
But the problem was, I was like, I'm actually enjoying this monologue. Like, I felt bad. I was like, this is actually... But the thing was, I'm like, this is not how you get people to side with you.
No.
Like
we already know he's an elite actor. Yeah. He's an elite talent. That's understood. That's happened. But he's also, a rapist.
Like, you know what the problem was?
Come at me, Kev. I give a fuck.
The problem is that he didn't come at it from a sincere angle.
No.
Because if you're doing a character, that's not you. That's the character.
Yeah.
So now people are looking at it from,
he's a weirdo goofball, but
exactly.
To be a good actor, you probably have to be a weirdo goofball.
He doesn't know how to shut it off.
Right.
And now people are just like, he thinks this is just a scene in a movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And he might. Who knows?
Maybe. That's the thing. It's just like, you have to listen. If I was Kevin Spacey and I was doing that, I would have... He's an actor. He should know how to fake cry.
That's almost like saying Roman Polanski can't direct movies.
Man, screw Roman Polanski.
I won't, but, he's definitely, he makes good movies, but he's also a fucking, statutory rapist. That's a real thing.
You know what? How fake the industry is? It's just like everyone wants to get on this Me Too BS, but they, especially, I'll even say her name, Meryl Streep. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to get on all this stuff, but then you want to stand up and applaud this dude. He won an Oscar after he fled the country, when police was coming after him about statutory rape.
Not even like after he fled the country. It's after he was waiting to be sentenced when he fled the country. So it's not like we need to see if he actually did the crime. No, he was waiting to be sentenced when he left. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Like, that's how aggressive we are.
Yeah.
All right. Aha. All right, but he left the country before his sentencing. So he's convicted. Like, he's just waiting to be like, this is how long you have to serve. So a convicted statutory rapist dips out of the country, and we still let him be in the industry.
And then you guys want to stand on your feet and then, like, applause and stuff like that. But then, like, the one moment when someone has an allegation, you know what I'm saying? Just an allegation, bro. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even trying to, like, and I'm not taking sides of this, but you can look at how they did Bill Cosby, bro. It's just like, it was just an allegation before it spun out of control.
Dude's been having allegations since the 50s.
But and the thing is, like, it was one allegation, and then you take just an allegation, take his TV show off the air. That's it. It's over. Just from one allegation, bro. Whereas
Which one with Bill Cosby? Bill Cosby's been decades of stuff, and it's just now getting caught up with it.
It just caught up.
Because they finally got somebody who,
you know what?
Like, hell, like, even back, what was it, like, in 2006, that lady went to the police about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was a real thing. Like, Bill Cosby's been doing this. I believe that he actually was doing that the whole time, because, he's left a trail, and people have been coming out against him since, the 50s and 60s. It's been that long, and he's finally getting, his comeuppance, right? It's not like, that's where there's false equivalency between, people like saying, Bill Cosby getting arrested versus the Harvey Weinstein. Now, I'm not making a comment on whether Harvey Weinstein did anything or not, but these are recent allegations. This is like the first time anything's come out. which means he could still be. And you know what? He probably is. But, you know, Harvey Weinstein, nothing legally happening to him yet versus somebody who's had allegations against him for 50 years.
Do you think that Kevin Spacey should go to jail?
If he did what he's accused of, yeah. Like, no question.
Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know, man. That stuff is just...
If he's a rapist, he's a rapist. Lock him up. Fuck it. Right? I mean, I don't care what else you do, even if it is at elite level. Yeah. If you're doing this stuff you shouldn't be doing, you shouldn't be a rapist. Don't be a rapist. Okay. Lock him up.
So, all right. Next question. Huh. Okay. You're an A-list actor. I'm setting the scene. You're an A-list actor. Get all the money in the world for whatever role you want. You get a role with a director, we'll say Quentin. Excellent script. But you're gay and you have to kiss a man. Would you do it?
Well, yeah, because I'm an actor. It's acting.
Okay.
Right? Like, I don't see where you're going for it. Like, if it's in that context...
What if you weren't aware? What if you weren't aware about that and they sprung it on you last minute?
Well, I would have dealt with that in my writers and my contracts beforehand. Like, that's not... Like, if I'm an A-list actor... Mm-hmm. Like, that should have been something that's been addressed by my lawyers previously, in my representation previously before that. They can't just spring anything on me as an A-list actor.
The reason why...
they should not be able to. In that case, I would fire my entire representative agencies. If it's something I would not do, or I'm not willing to do, then that's something that I'm not going to sign on to take that role if there's a possibility of me doing. Yeah. Period. I mean, that's true now. Yeah. Like, it's not like, you know... especially if I'm an A-list actor at that level. No. If it's something I'm not doing, I'm not doing it.
The reason why I brought it up was because there's a story about Will Smith. He was in 6 Degrees of Separation. Right. And I don't know if you saw the movie, but his character was gay. Okay. And there was this part where he was supposed to kiss his boyfriend, but he did not feel comfortable about it. Okay. He called Denzel Washington and asked for advice. Denzel said, if you don't feel comfortable not doing it, then don't do it. And they used a stunt double to kiss the boyfriend instead, and they shot the kissing scene from behind, so you couldn't tell if it was a stunt double. So that's why I was curious if. Yeah, no. If I'm
acting and I'm playing a gay character and I have to have any kind of physical contact, it's like, well, I probably would not be comfortable with that just off the bat, because that's just weird. I don't know, like, play romance is just weird to me. I don't think I'd necessarily be comfortable with a woman either. Just that kind of like, acting.
Well, that's the one thing. I mean,
to put it, so if I don't, especially if I'm an A-list actor at this point.
Of course.
It's like I'm gonna already know, like, through my career getting to that point, what I'm comfortable with, what I'm not comfortable with. Okay. Right. If I'm already A-list, I'm already established like that.
What if the scenario changed and you weren't an A-list actor, but this was the role that would put you on the map? Would you consider it?
How cute is he? No, it's something I would consider, obviously. Like, say, take it right now and be like, hey, someone watching, David Gut is a Hollywood casting person. It's like, all right, we're gonna cast you for this, but you gotta kiss the dude. I'm like, no, maybe. I don't know. No, I don't know. No. How much they paying me? Why? Like, that matters to me.
My first question is, well, why? What is me kissing a dude have to do with a talk show?
Well, no, if they cast me from this to play the role, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, well, I mean, with that, it's just like, it's simple. It's just like, there are actors who turn down things when it comes to nudity. It's just like, so it has nothing.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a quirky, it's your own personal thing.
It has nothing to do with the fact that, like, it's a gay thing. It's just like, don't feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah, if you don't feel comfortable doing it, you shouldn't do it.
Exactly.
But, like, I might for the right price. That's all I'm saying. I'm a bit of a whore.
Hey, but I could tell.
Yeah. So I'll admit that right now. But like the situation you presented, where like you don't want to kiss him, would you? It's like, no. If I don't want to, then I'm not going to. Right. And if I'm gonna get a role, it's gonna be predicated on the things I'm not comfortable doing. It's like, well, you gotta run 2 miles. Well, I don't want to fucking run 2 miles. I'm not gonna take that role because I don't want to run. I don't think I could run 2 miles right now. Of course. But that's the thing. What?
I know you can't.
Oh, it hurts so bad. But I got a bad ankle, folks. But
oh, that's the problem?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I was just funny.
Yeah. Oh fuck you. I'm out of shape, but I'd go 2 miles if my ankle wasn't fucked. But I wouldn't want to. I never have. Even though I had to, I never wanted to. Well, I'm gonna set the record straight, folks. I have never wanted to run ever. Period. I'll do it when I have to.
See what that joke did?
But I've never ever wanted to run.
People? See what that joke?
Never wanted to run ever in my life.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to because you don't want the photo finish.
One thing I definitely do respect is look at these when people have boundaries, especially actors. I feel like here's my thing. It's just like I look at I told Antoine's wife, that I really admire how Antoine considers her before anything else. You know what I'm saying? I've never really seen that as growing up. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and the lifestyle that I was around, it was just like, women better sit down, shut up, have a meal ready, have them legs warm. You know what I'm saying? Them between them legs warm. You know what I'm saying? That was like the mindset that was like kind of, I wouldn't necessarily say passed down, but that's how I observed my cousins and my uncles and everyone else and how they kind of treated women, with the exception of my mom. That was the only, place that I learned this is how you're supposed to treat people. So it's just like, so when I see someone who considers his wife like, no, I'm not going to have kissing scenes, and no, I'm not going to do da-da-da-da, I respect that, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, yeah, it's kind of like, okay, but you're an actor. But then it's just like, but at the same time, it's just like, well, no. I mean, just because he does something doesn't mean that he has to compromise his morals because of a job. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I mean, if it's that big of a deal, you find someone else. If it's not that big of a deal, rewrite the freaking script.
Or in the case of, like you said with Will Smith, like if they could still have him in the picture, but movie magic, that didn't happen, but it's implied that it happened. I would be okay with that. Yeah. So say they're supposed to be, I play a gay character or whatever, and there's the passionate lovemaking scene, which is fine. I have nothing against that. It's just I don't want to do that. But they have a body double or something, so it's implied that my character is there. Mm-hmm. I'd be fine with that. Yeah. As long as it's not me. Yeah. Right. Even that's fine. Yeah. Right. Because it keeps the illusion of that. Of course. That's the whole acting. It's the illusion of everything. So that's fine. Mm-hmm. Right. If it made it seem like my character was that's okay. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to. Yeah. If it makes it seem like my character ran 2 miles, it's fine. Do that. We'll just throw I'm not going to do that. Yeah. No. You can movie magic, right? Mm-hmm. So I feel you.
I think it's cool when people have boundaries because it's just like, everyone has boundaries. Right. Everybody. You know what I'm saying? The same way that some women don't want to do this or...
I'm not going to learn how to ride a motorcycle for a movie. I can't because of my ankle. I can't shift the thing. I would die too. I don't have that kind of... That shit scares me. Speed scares me.
My thing is just I haven't really thought about that, as in kissing women and stuff on screen because I don't have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's just I also don't have a wife, so it's just I can't really speak on behalf because it may change. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But my thing is just
well, hopefully your wife would understand that this is acting.
Yes, right? I mean, she should understand, but at the same time, you gotta, show honor, but also you have to think of it this way. It's just, how am I approaching this? Because if I'm, if I'm...
Well, hopefully you're both professionals. Can handle
that's what I'm saying. Right. It's so if my co-star is, freaking Margot Robbie, and I'm just well, hey, you want to, meet up at, 12 in the morning to rehearse?
No, you don't do that.
That's what I'm saying, but it's just exactly. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We we do our scene.
What if your co-star is Kathy Bates?
Oh yeah, we meet up at 12 in the morning.
All right. I bitch got an Oscar? What?
Hey
girl. Success is sexy.
Hey, all right. Show is not. But, I don't know. I mean, that's just kind of how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? It's it also depends on how you approach it. Right. Because it's just I mean, I don't know. It's because then you can start applying that to other things. It's just I'm playing a drug dealer. It's just oh, well, I don't do drugs or whatever. It's just all right, come on. You know what I'm saying? It's just at some point, you have to
do coke to be in Hollywood. I get it.
No. No.
That's the rules.
That's
the kids know how to party.
That's how you get entertainment industry. Do coke and take it up the butt. Shoot, not me. No.
Dave went to the Kevin Spacey school.
I went to the Kevin Spacey school of acting.
You take it out the butt and do coke.
Right?
Right? And that's
Chapter
like
1 of the book, apply baby oil. Like, what? That's the only thing in the book? I was like, right?
Oh.
That's hilarious, but... Yeah, man. What's next on the cutting board? We've been talking. How long have we been talking?
I have no idea. I did not check what time we started, so
Yeah.
it feels like we've been here a minute, but probably not as long as
Let's run through one more topic just for
All right.
fun.
Are we going to do the Instagram?
Sure. So
we do.
Our final thing, it'll be the Insta share. So it'll be the first thing that we see on our Instagram. So.
All right. Again, it's a picture of my sister's dog. This is a different person posting dog pictures.
Yeah, you really like dogs.
I do like dogs. I can't have one right now, but I love them. They're awesome. I used to work at a pet store.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool.
Would you have a big dog or a small dog?
A big dog, absolutely.
Of course.
Well, it kind of sucks because at least a medium-sized dog, because the bigger a dog gets, the shorter its lifespan is generally, which is super sad.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm worried about injuring a little dog. You know, if a dog gets in the way, I want a dog that I'm going to trip over, not the other way around.
Of course.
If I step on his leg, then that shit's broke. And I feel bad because, you know, I'm not trying to hurt the poor puppy. But, like, you know, I also want one that's, like, big enough to where, like, it's a dog.
Yeah. I hate it when when I was living in the West Coast, I hate how people, like, treat their dogs and make them, like, raise them above human beings, man. Like, I was in a grocery store. The grocery store, dude, and the dog was on the conveyor belt. I was like, bro, if you don't
get people put food.
I'm like, bro, if you don't get your freaking dog off the conveyor belt,
right.
Like, I did not put my food on the conveyor belt, dude. I kept it in my basket. I was just.
No, that's not a place for dogs, and like, I understand service animals.
But it was a tiny dog.
I know, but like people abuse that. When it comes to like emotional support animals, it's like they just want to take their dog someplace.
Yeah,
there's a line and people abuse it, and I know I'm gonna get hopefully I get flack because that means we're getting out there. But if I get flack about that, it's like no, there's a limit to that. I get it. Like if you're blind, how often have you seen an actual blind person with a seeing eye dog? How often does that happen for you? Mm-hmm. I've seen it once in my entire life.
Yeah,
or as a legitimately blind person with the whole. You know, set and everything. I know they're real. It's a real thing. Yeah. But I've seen it once. Most blind people I see just have the fucking stick. Mm-hmm. And like one time that dude was walking down the middle of the street and there was nothing I could do. No, I didn't hit him. I was like slowed way down. I went by him. I'm like, what is he doing? I told him he was in the middle of the street. He's like, okay, thank you. And just kept going on his way. I'm like, all right.
Well, we'll see. I'm not sticking around to find out.
I'm not gonna. I offered him a ride or whatever, and I thought about it. I'm like, that's kind of crazy. He doesn't know where I'm gonna take him. Mm-hmm. They can't see that,
right?
You know, so I don't want to, you know, scare the blind person.
Exactly.
But like, you know, yeah. So that's what I've seen. That I get. There's like some legitimate reasons to have, you know, service animals for disabilities, or like you get seizures sometimes, and like shit like that. There's a lot of people who need a lot of, you know, like support animals do a lot of work and a lot of good work. But like, don't be one of those assholes that abuses that just because you want your puppy with you.
Yeah, you know what? That's actually kind of cool because I saw like a training video. Like a person was pretending to have a seizure and the dog like got underneath the head and like just like sat there.
That was pretty neat. Cool. Dogs can do a lot of stuff.
Because if that was a cat, the cat would just watch you die. the cat would just sit there and just like.
That's why you wake up when a cat's on top of you. It's to see if you're breathing. Because if you're not breathing, they'll start eating you.
Really?
Well, yeah, like they're seeing if you're still alive. Because if they get hungry, they'll just eat you. They don't care. They'll let you be there.
I did not know that.
Cats are rude,
dude. Cats are some
weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. That's more reason for me to
up.
That's more reason for me to dislike cats because I can't stand cats. I got attacked by.
They make me sneeze.
Bro, I got attacked by this cat one time. Like it was in my auntie's house and it was in the hood. And, like, so I should have known better, but, like, cats in the hood are demon-possessed, in case you wanted to know. And it's just, like, the cat's name was Sugar Mama.
Sugar Mama. The cat.
And I needed to take a piss. And the cat decided to try to attack me while I was trying to take said piss.
Did you take out in front of Sugar Mama?
I just decided to pee on Sugar Mama.
Yeah.
I was just like, all right, well, since you want to attack me, then you can attack this floating urine.
So was that an effective deterrent for the cat attack?
No, God, it was just...
No, it just like made it worse.
Yeah, I mean, well, of course, like
the continuous assault during the urination.
It kept trying to attack my nuts. I'm waiting now to speak out about it because I've held my silence long enough.
Lock shook mama up. Justice for Dave.
Justice for Dave.
All right, well, let's see your first top one there.
Well, it's the same person that it was last time, dude.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Same person. So it says, what should I name my new album? It's almost done.
What does that have to do with an album, the picture?
I don't know.
She's just kind of like awkwardly crouched on the floor.
It's a picture of Justina Valentine crouching sexy on the floor.
But what should she name her new album? I don't know, Justice for Dave.
Yeah, it should be named that. We know what I don't like when like girls, when they like have a crappy caption and like their tits are like half hanging out. Like they'd be like, John 3:16. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, what? Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? It's just like they quote like, only love can, take out hate. MLK. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't like.
It's weird. Like, you think if they post that kind of picture, they could just post a picture without a caption. Like, if you want to put the picture up there, great. Do your thing.
Of course.
But, like, if you're going to post a caption, shouldn't it be related to the picture?
That's what I'm saying. You know what I should do?
To give context to said picture?
You know what I should do? I should, like, write a very sentimental post about how, like, I love, like, my mom on, like, Facebook.
But have your tits out.
Oh, no. I mean, that could work. But I was going to say, like, I'll let, like, 150 people like it, and then I'll edit it and be like, Hitler was right instead. And then,
you heard it here, folks.
Oh, 150 people just said Hitler was right. Look at these guys.
Look at these guys.
Look at these guys. These anti-Semitic jerks. I don't know. I don't know.
You heard it here. Dave thinks Hitler was right.
Hey, man. No, I didn't say that. It was a joke.
Hitler's not.
Shalom. I'm just playing. I guess that concludes today's episode then, man.
That's a weird note to leave it on.
Right, shalom. Any
Hitler's
any closing thoughts?
Well, aside from that one, I love a good word.
Shout out to Justina Valentine.
Yeah, thank you for that material. We appreciate you and all that you do. Good luck on naming that album. Maybe Hitler was right.
Good luck.
That could be one.
Justice for Dave.
Justice for Dave.
That's a good one.
DaveSnipples.com.
It is.
Just the name of the title. That's the title of the album, I would go with. Album McAlbum Face?
Album McAlbum Face.
I think that's going to win the survey.
My final closing statement is, in the link below is going to be my my GoFundMe. I'm trying to attend the Kevin Spacey School of Acting. Right. It's been a lifelong dream, and I hope that I can definitely, get in the industry. So
that Kevin Spacey can get into him. It's really to support just the sheer amount of baby oil needed.
It's going to need a lot of baby oil.
Just a lot.
Because I can definitely tell he likes chocolate. I can just tell. So.
Oh, sweet tooth Spacey over there.
I like them young. He does a monologue. I like them. That's what he should have did. Dude. Like, if you just admit to it, just look at the camera. I do like them young. I'm Frank Underwood, and I like them young. I don't know. But well, that concludes this episode of Dave and Gut. We'll see you guys next time. Be sure to subscribe. Follow us on all our social media platforms. Links below. And until then, everybody, stay groovy.